Good afternoon, everybody. I did a part one on this video about attorney Marie Sanchez. Thomas Schmitt explains to Dr. Marie Vasquez and Dr. Matthew McCarthy. Dr. Marie Vasquez is not an attorney. She's a judge. Dr. Matthew McCarthy is a judge, but he goes by Stephen. That's his name, but his first name is actually Matt. He's in Riverhead. Dr. Marie Vasquez is in Mineola. I don't live in Belmore, New York. This is not my listed address. This is not my listed address. Let me repeat that to the election board in Nassau County. This is not my listed address. My listed address is in Roxbury, New York. When I voted for the past couple of years, it was where Roxbury Fire Department is. That's where I had it listed. That's where I was going to vote with Charlie Cantisano. So Charlie Cantisano and I were voting over there. Now they have it in the Roxbury Town Hall, which is in a new area. They redid the building, or they have it in a new hall building. That's where I voted. All of these things were explained to Constable Williams, and Constable Williams explained this to his sheriff's department that handles it in Oneonta. Not Oneonta. Roxbury is in Delaware County. So Delaware County, Constable Williams is a constable, but they have a sheriff's department that deals with that. But their sheriff's department, the guy's name was Officer Alexander Fields. That was his name. That he explained you can't touch any of the stuff, and the federal government, meaning the FBI, had to go into that house. I can't touch any of that stuff. So you need to stop in Belmore, New York, for the post office. You need to stop sending my information over here. My name is not John Gatchins. It's John Gita. That's a burglary and a robbery charge. And that's also mail fraud. That's your jurisdiction. Glenn and Barry explained to your departments by mail, do not send anything to John Gita's parents' house because it's not my house. It doesn't belong to me. It's the same thing with the house in East Meadow, New York. I'm not listing the address. That's my grandfather's house. That's not my address. So why are you sending stuff? Besides that, I'm going to also explain why are you sending stuff to Wantagh and Hicksville, because you have listed addresses in my name. They're not my houses. The sheriff's department went over there in Nassau County. I'm not going to mention their names because they're so pissed off it's not even funny. So stop sending mail to my relatives. My relatives meaning the Gita and Gardner family, or the Cantisano and Zingrillo family, because we sent everything to Glenn and Barry in Chicago. And the Office of Inspector General's office that's in Virginia has everything. I had given them all my information. Those judges that I had to explain, they have everything. I don't have anything. You need to speak really to Marie Sanchez and Thomas Schmitt. And you need to speak to the Mineola Supreme Court office and Riverhead Supreme Court office. They deal with this stuff. They're not allowing you people to be sending mail to any of us because it's harassment. And you're doing burglary and robbery on a high scale. You can't send mail or make a fake name or a fake address because it doesn't belong to us. That's why preference insurance, it says Cantisano family. That's why A Central says Gita family. That's my name. This is why I'm not allowed to be in New York. They do not want me in my parents' house. They don't want me in the state. Because you're just not listening. Because the police department in Nassau and Suffolk County are not in the mood. And neither is Suffolk County Sheriff's Department and Nassau County Sheriff's. They are not in the mood. And I do not want to keep calling them up. They don't want me to call. They want you to leave us alone.